Welcome to episode 104 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. This week, I have a quick episode telling you about 7 house layout mistakes you should avoid when designing your house. Most of them are mistakes I almost made until I mentally walked through the house. Some of them are mistakes that my architect didn't even see until I brought them to his attention. So do your due diligence, even if you're working with a professional, and literally study your house plan before you finalize it. Before we get to this week's list of mistakes, I want to thank Cotton for listening to last week's episode called Lighting 101. He brought to my attention that I didn't mention the efficacy of LED bulbs. Not efficiency, but efficacy. Technically, the word efficacy, not efficiency, should be used when talking about the amount of light an LED produces per watt. Sometimes efficacy is called luminous efficacy. You'll see efficacy listed on almost all light bulbs. We'll pay a little bit more upfront for bulbs with greater efficacy, but we'll save money and lower utility bills over the life of the bulb. A good efficacy standard is at least 100. Thanks, Cotton. Thanks for listening, and thanks for that additional information. Much respect to you, too. Now, let's go over the 7 layout mistakes to avoid when designing your house. Number 1, locating a bathroom directly off one of the home's public rooms, like the kitchen, living room, or dining room. Give your family and friends some needed privacy when they go to the bathroom. Locate bathrooms in hallways or around the corner from main living spaces. In my house plan, we have a central upstairs lounge, kind of a hangout area, and 2 bedrooms on each side of that lounge. We don't have a hallway upstairs. My options were to put a powder room directly off of that lounge, or to forego that not-so-private powder room and just have guests go to the ensuite bathrooms that are attached to the bedrooms. It's not ideal for guests to have to go through a bedroom to get to a bathroom, but I thought it was the lesser of 2 evils. Those bedrooms are guest rooms, so most of the time they won't be occupied. We could have put an additional door to the ensuite bathrooms directly off of that lounge area, but we'd have the same problem, a bathroom that's not private. So my guests will have to walk a few feet through the guest bedroom to get to the bathroom when they're in that upstairs lounge. It's not my first choice, but like I said, I think it's the lesser of 2 evils. I didn't want to add a hallway, and I think my guests will appreciate that privacy. Speaking of bathrooms, the next mistake is, number 2, making the toilet the first thing you see as you walk into the bathroom. The toilet should not be the front and center focal point when you enter the bathroom. And avoid any sight lines to the toilet from adjacent rooms. For example, you don't want to be lying in your bed and look into the bathroom and easily see the toilet. I had to shift a sink and a toilet in one of my bathrooms to avoid this front and center toilet mistake. Number 3, forgetting about the broom closet. We need broom and cleaning supply closets in our kitchen and or pantry, plus an extra supply closet on any additional floors you might have. You may be able to add this broom mop area to upstairs laundry rooms or linen closets, but you don't want to tote a broom, mop, and vacuum or carpet sweeper upstairs every time you want to clean. I almost forgot my broom closets, but ultimately we put one downstairs and one upstairs. Number 4, centering your fireplace on the wall as opposed to centering it based on the arrangement of your furniture. For many of you, the center of your wall will be the center of your furniture, but if it's not, the fireplace should be positioned so you can enjoy it while you're lounging on your furniture. And that brings me to mistake number 5, not considering your furniture when designing your rooms. You want to think about where sofas, beds, chairs, chests, and dressers will go when you're designing your house. Do you have enough wall space for your bed and nightstands? Do you have enough space in your living room for that large sectional you've been dreaming about? Number 6, too much space between the kitchen and the garage. Placing the kitchen far away from the garage makes taking groceries from the car to the pantry challenging. Putting the kitchen and the garage near each other also makes it easier to grab your coffee, breakfast, and lunch as you walk out the door in the morning. And the last mistake, number 7, partially obstructing doorways. My original floor plan had my washer and dryer very close to the door of the laundry room. I envisioned us trying to maneuver that tight space by barely scooting past the washer and dryer with a basket in hand. Not good. So we moved the washer and dryer down several feet, and now the laundry room door is totally unobstructed. Think about where your appliances and furniture will be placed and make sure that there's plenty of room for you to get through doorways without having to turn sideways to get through. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University. BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.